Okay, so last time we talked about the F chord, the C chord, and the G7 chord, and playing each note at a time, right? Like this. I mean, each string one at a time. So this is what I want you each to do. First, you're going to start with the C chord, and you're going to do that slowly, then F chord, and then G7 chord. Okay, and you can practice this if you want while it's not your turn. But Trisha, let's go ahead and start with you. Remember, go really slowly. This should be like a harp where you hear it ring.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, this is
Up here. There you go. Wait, do that again.
Oh, am I still going or is she going now?
No, now I want you to do the F chord.
Oh, sorry, I was Z.
Oh, let's see. Okay. Great.
And then G.
Great. Do that F again.
What's that? I keep bumping the string with my thumb and not, I think it's an issue with that I was having.
Try doing this. Instead of going like this down, try just brushing across your strings like that. See if you can do that. You see, you look at my thumb. Yours is like this. I want you to try doing it like this. See
oh, like this.
Yeah. There you go.
So like the meaty part of your thumb more on that.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, great. Diana? And Diana, can you tilt your screen just a little bit so I can see your uke? There you go. Great.
All right.
Great. F.
Touching.
Okay, Diana?
Yeah.
Hold your uke across your body a little bit more. Remember, anyone who needs help with this, remember this. Grab your ukulele like that and bring it out, and then bring it back in. Okay, there, that's much better. Now play me that F chord. Okay, Diana, I want you to do this with your fingers. I want you to move them up towards your head. Okay, now with this finger, I want you to push down harder. Just play that one by itself. Just by itself. Very nice. Now put the other finger down. Much better. Great. So keep practicing it like that, Diana, and keep remembering if you don't hear that second one, to move your hand up, okay? Now, one thing is, you remember, did we talk about this last time, about holding the ukulele like this? If you hold it like this, then it forces your elbow to go out. There, see, that's way better. Now try playing the F chord for me with your hand at that angle. Much better, much better. Okay, now the G7.
This one's the hardest for me.
Can you sit just a little bit farther away from your screen? A little farther away?
Yep.
Great, then I can see your whole ukulele. Okay, now do that again, the G7. Sorry, change the angle of your screen again a little bit. There, okay, now play for me. Perfect, perfect, okay. Okay, now I want you to do this for me. Put it in your hand like this, and I want you to have the back of your hand actually touching this tuner. That far over. Now play me the G7 and don't, no, put it inside your hand right here, right at the bottom. I don't want your hand up here. I want your
Okay.
hand right there. Right there is where I want, right where this joins is where I want to have you hold it.
Okay.
Bring it down just a little bit more this way. Down a little bit more there, right there. Now I want you, wait, stop. Keep looking at me. Now what I want you to do is I want you to throw your elbow out so that it touches that. Now the back of your hand is touching that, right?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
now play me that G7 chord. Okay, it's much better. Good. Try just pressing a little bit harder down with this finger. There you go. You've got to remember this. So I want you to write yourself a note, okay? And it'll take a little bit till it's comfortable, but you really want to be centered with both of your elbows out about the same. Okay, Eric, I know you can play this, but play it for me.
C, F, G7.
Awesome. Awesome. Maybe before the end of class, you can play us a song if you want.
Song?
Yeah, if you want to.
Sure.
So we'll do it at the end of class. That would be awesome.
Okay.
Okay. Anna, play me the C chord first.
C.
Okay, great. And now the F chord. Okay, now remember, Anna, bring your hand up like this. Up. So what you're doing is you're touching this string with this finger, right? So what I want you to do is bring your hand up like this. Bring this hand up. Just bring your fingers so that they're closer to you. Bring it up like that. Now try it. Okay, much better. Now I want you to really press hard on this string. Much better. Can you hear? Much better. Okay, good. Now the G7. Press hard with this one. This is really hard, this one right there. So press real hard and do that. Great. And it's going to be tricky. This finger on this string is just a hard one. You have to really press. And remember, when you're pressing down harder, you don't just press with the finger that's on the string. You also press harder on the back.
Yes.
So that both of those are pressing. Okay, good job. Jamie.
Okay.
Good. Excellent. And good job hearing that. That was good. Okay, Karen.
Okay, C. Whoops, sorry.
Press harder with that one finger.
I know, for some reason I'm not,
Better. Try sitting up a little, sit up just a bit and see if it makes it any easier. Do this, remember? Make sure that you've got it in your hand there and you've got the back of your hand touching that first tuner. I can really tell you practiced. It really sounds good. There you go. Very nice. Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Now, I want you to do this every single week. This is your first thing that you every day. This is a thing that you practice first every day, and you go slowly and you listen, okay? And just see if there's anything you need to change as you play those chords. Excuse me. Okay, now we're going to do the hammer on the F. Do you remember we talked about playing F chord with both fingers going down at the same time, right? So we'll do that together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, 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 F. And it's okay to look at your fingers because you really want to make sure that they're playing the right thing. And hit hard when you're doing this. Okay, now let's do the G7. Now for the G7, you're going to have this finger down and you're just going to hit with these two fingers. Okay, so here we go with the G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, 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 G7. Okay, now I'm going to have you do it for me. Each of you do it for me. So first I want you to just do the F, and then I'll tell you when to do the G7. Okay, so Trisha, let's have you go first.
Okay, I can't do the F very loud. My G7's a little louder, I think.
Okay. Now, your middle finger, is it really like this, or is it a little bit like that?
Yeah, probably is a little straight.
Yeah, and that's where your power is going to come from. You want to make sure that you're really hitting it like that.
Yeah, I'm always trying to, I have pretty long fingers, which always is like, it's good for some things, but it's like getting them bent in the right direction is a problem.
Yes, it is harder, but it sounds good to me.
And then the G I find a little easier.
Remember, call it G7 because we're going to do a G later.
Okay, G7.
Make sure again that your fingers are bent. Don't do it with straight fingers.
Okay, I'll bend them here a little.
You want to not look at me for just a second.
Uh-huh.
Now, you don't want your fingers just bent a little bit. You want them actually like this. If you get in the habit of playing with your fingers like this, it's going to be really hard to fix that. So get in the habit now of playing this way because you will never sound as good.
Okay.
With fingers that are not bent like this. It's called lazy fingers. And everybody does it because that's our natural thing. But you want to go ahead and start with your fingers the right way. There, see, I can even see the way you're doing it. It looks so much better.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Yeah. Do that G7 a couple times. Great. So write yourself a note about this, okay? And I want you to really work on
like
that.
Like a claw.
Yeah, like a claw. Okay, Diana. Oh, you got to unmute yourself first.
So,
Oh, wait. Sorry, let's have Diana do it first. It probably sounded like Anna. So let's have Diana.
All right. F.
Okay, go ahead and hold it like we were talking about. And bring that down on that F.
I tell my fingers to do one thing, but it doesn't do what I tell it to.
I know, and that's part of the whole deal with learning the uke, but it will get better, I promise. And just look at your fingers and remember it's called a hammer because you should be hammering those, not just putting your finger down gently, but hammering. Now, Diana, are your fingers like this or are they kind of like that? Make
Kind of
sure.
like that.
Yeah, make sure that they're like this. It's got to be like a claw. Because that way you hit straight down. Otherwise, you hit kind of down like this. You want to hit with a claw. Actually, everybody do this. Everybody take your hand and put it on a flat surface, whether it's a computer or whatever you have in front of you. Let's see. I'm going to use my iPad here. Okay, put your hand like this. Everybody do this. Put it on something, okay? Now, notice my hand is like this, right? Okay, fingers are curved, it's down. Now, what you're doing is this. Do you see how strong that is? Because my knuckles are bent. Now, if I go like this instead, I can't do it nearly as hard. I don't have the force from up here. And I just know this from piano. You want to be playing from up here. So you've got to play. It should be really loud. Okay. Can everybody tell what I'm talking about? Annalisa, that's a good way to do it. The way you're doing it on your ukulele, that's kind of perfect. Okay. Everybody tried this? Everybody understands what I mean? Okay. I want you to really work on that because that's gonna get you started playing in the right way and you won't have to relearn it later like so many of us have had to do. Okay? So Diana, go ahead and do the G7 for me.
I just can't do it yet.
Okay, now a lot of that is that you're not quite holding your ukulele right. So this is what I do to make sure I'm doing it right. I put my hand in like this and then I bring it up. And I just bring it up until the back of my hand touches my tuner. And that's pretty much the right way to be. I don't want this part of my hand to be touching the tuner. So I just do this and then bring it back. And if you want to stop by the house this week, I can show you in person if that'll help.
Thank you.
Okay, now I want you to really bring those fingers up. Great. And get that elbow out. Elbow out. Even if you don't do anything else that I talked about, as far as how your hand goes, if you put your elbow out, it automatically puts your hand in the right position.
Okay.
So just put your elbow out and write yourself a note, okay, right now that you're going to put your elbow out whenever you play.
I did.
Okay?
Thank
All right,
you.
Eric, you're welcome. Eric, let's have you do it.
F,
Great. 7. Awesome. What kind of uke is that again? It's so beautiful. The tone is amazing.
it is, it's made by Tide Ukulele out of North Lake Tahoe.
Wow. It's
I
just,
won it in a raffle,
are you?
so I have to play it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous uke and
Oh.
gorgeous tone.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Great. All right, Annalisa, let's have you do it for me now.
Okay.
Okay, now, Annalisa,
Yeah.
the way you're doing it, what it looks like to me is that you're pulling off you're pulling off, but I want you to push on, push down. Okay, Annalisa, put
Yeah.
your fingers off of it and then press down really hard and keep your fingers down. Like that. There you go. Do it again. I want you to keep your fingers down. After you do it, keep your fingers down.
Okay.
Good. Now hit it again hard. Okay. So keep working on that. Now do the G7. Okay, now what I think you're doing, but I might be wrong, it might be just the internet connection because sometimes the internet's a little slow, so what I see isn't quite right. What it looks to me like you're doing is you're pulling off your chords. And what I want you to do is go down into the ukulele. Imagine that you're trying to hammer all the way through your ukulele to the other side. Okay, so do that a couple more times with the G7. Great. Okay, great. Okay, Jamie. Fantastic, great. Karen?
Okay. I'm not coordinated tonight.
I have days like that where I can't do anything. It's so weird. Take your hand, is your other hand making it quiet from the strings? Take your hand kind of off on this side so I can hear it. Okay, now do it. Press down harder, harder. Remember, it's not about lifting up. The lifting up doesn't matter at all on this. Only thing that matters is the going down. That's what matters, not lifting up, just going down. There you go. Great. And just look at your fingers so they go down at the same time and really watch that. Okay, good. Now let's go to the G7. And you're doing a really good job of the claw with your fingers. It's really good.
Now the index wants to come up.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't have to lift that one.
Yeah, it's like stay down, and now it's these two's turn. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, now remember you want that claw, right? Okay, you've got the right idea, and it just takes practice. And what this does is it just makes life so much easier once you get it. But it takes a while to get that. And then you're going to go, oh, it's great. So it'll just take a little bit. All right, so the homework was we were going to go C, G7, C, G7. Okay, so let's all do that together. 1, 2, my speed, 3, 4. C, G7, C, G7, C, G7, C, G7. Okay, so let's go around, everybody play that. Trisha, go ahead and play that for me.
Okay.
Fantastic. Great. Okay, Diana? And the trick is to go slowly so you don't need to pause. So it's totally okay to go more slowly so you don't pause waiting for a chord.
All right. C.
Okay. Diana, what I want you to do is I want you to not pause. So go C and then give yourself enough time to get to that G7. And then don't go real fast to the C because it's got to be the same amount of time as it took you to get to the G7. All right, so do that again. Great, great. You're doing really good, Diana. Keep that up. You're doing great. Okay, Eric. I know this is kind of funny, but. I love hearing your uke. Okay, awesome. Okay, Annalisa.
Okay. C, G7.
Okay, you're definitely doing the fingers in the right place and it'll sound so much better when you get it tuned. Okay. Okay, great. All right, Jamie. Great. Karen?
Oh, strum.
Okay, great. Now, Karen, remember, you don't want to be strumming down here. You want to strum up here. And it's a fast down, not a, just be a fast, okay? All right, great. Now we're going to do this one. Down, 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 hit. Down, 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 hit. Okay, we'll go a little slower than that. 1, 2, C and G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, down. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. C, excuse me, C, C. Move, G7, G7, G7. Move, C. Remember that hit is where you move your hand, okay? So let's have you each play that for me. So Trisha, play that.
Okay.
Great. Great. Diana? Very nice. Now, the hit is not just a, let's see. The hit is not just to be quiet. The hit is a sound. So you want to hit it. You won't hurt your ukulele. It's actually a sound that will do. Okay, Eric? Excellent. Great. Annalisa? Good. All right. Great. Jamie? Yep. You're gonna like your ukulele so much better when we get it tuned. I promise. Excellent. Karen? And now remember, don't wait to move your hand. Just move it as soon as you do that hit, move to the other one. Okay. All right. Very nice. Okay. So now we're going to do F to G7. Did we? I don't think we talked about this last week because I think we ran out of time. So F, play an F chord for me. Now, when we go from F to G7, we have an anchor finger, and that is this finger because this finger doesn't move. It stays the same for both chords. So that means when we play F, we do that. And then when we play G7, we lift this finger, but we don't lift this finger. We only lift this finger, and then we put down these two fingers. So play me the F chord, everyone. F chord. Now, to play G7, you're going to lift this finger and put down these two fingers. And then go back to the F chord. You're going to lift these two fingers and play the F chord and then lift them. So between F and G7, this finger stays the same the whole time. So watch. F, G7, F, G7. So the difference is the F is using only this finger up here, and then the G7 is using both fingers there. The F uses only that finger, but this finger stays the same. All right, so let's go F, oops, F, G7, F, G7. Does this make sense to everyone? Does it make sense? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, oops, I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, F, G7, F, G7, F, G7. Do you see how easy that is to go back and forth? That's really nice. Whenever we have these, it's kind of a little gift. So you always want to figure out between chords how to do it more easily. So we'll always do that, okay? Like just like with the G7 to the C, you just slide, right? So that's the little gift with that one. All right, so now we're gonna do, let's see. We're gonna go F, G7, C, F, G7, C, F, G7, C, F, G7, C, F, G7, C. All right, so now we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to do it with the down, down, down hit. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, F, F. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. F, F, F. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. F, F, F. Hit. G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit. Now I want you to say the name of the chord while you're playing it. Our brain learns in lots of different ways, and we're learning to do something without thinking about it, so then we can sing and do other things while we're doing it at the same time. So I want you to say the name of the chord while you're doing it. And Trisha, would you post in the group a link to the tuner that you have?
I just sent it earlier, so hopefully you can see it.
Okay, great. And then Annalisa, I just realized that your Amazon is Canadian Amazon. So I'll look at Trisha's link, and I'll find a link to the one I suggested, and I will send you a link to one that will work for you. Okay. All right. So this is what next week we're going to learn a song, but I want you to get stronger in these chords first. Okay. So the homework is that you keep doing this, the F, G7 and C, right? Like that. You also do the hammer on the F, the hammer on the G7. Okay. And then I want you to practice doing this. F, G7, F, G7. Just keep doing that over and over again. Then I want you to do G7, and I'm going to write this in the Facebook page. So don't worry if you can't write this down. G7, C, G7, C, and then F, G7, C, F, G7, C. Okay, and let's see, I'm going to show you something here. So can everybody see this right here? So this is what it's going to look like when it has F and then a dash and then G7. That means you're going to go F to G7. And then this thing right here is a repeat. The colon and then the two lines. So that means you go F, G7, F, G7, F, G7. And same with this, F, G7, C, F, G7, C. All right, that's what that means. Does everybody understand that? So I'll write that in the homework, and I want you to really work on this. Get this really strong this week so that next week we can do You Are My Sunshine. All right? Okay, so Annalisa, your biggest homework besides practicing is getting that tuner. Okay, and I will totally help you with it once you get it if you need some help. Okay, you just let me know. Okay, so Eric, let's have you play us a song. Oh, does anybody have any questions about the homework? And remember, you can always ask me questions in the group if something I write doesn't make sense. Okay, Eric, play for us.
Hi. F, G7, and C, huh? Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Very nice, Eric.
Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Very, very nice, Eric. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Aspire to that.
What's that?
We can all aspire to be Eric. So
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Eric,
Well.
that's inspiration. And the strum that he's using there is the most common ukulele strum. So we'll be learning that, and you'll use it in a lot. And what's great about these three chords, like he just picked up that song with just using those three chords. Those three chords, you can play almost every song, but we're going to learn a lot more chords to be able to do a lot more things. But you can do so many things. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. You are my sunshine, my only. Okay, now I'm just singing a lot of kids songs because that's what I do for a living. But that's, you can do so many songs with those 3 chords. All right. So yeah, Eric, you have a beautiful way of playing too. I mean, it's just.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
It's so, so nice. I like not only that you know the chords, but that you play so beautifully. Yeah,
I try and practice frequently.
that's really great. It's the key to everything is to practice, right? 20 minutes a day on this. And has anybody started getting any calluses on your fingers? Can you tell?
Yes.
It was hurting when I was typing my reports at work. I was like, ow.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. You should go, woohoo, it hurts. That's really good news. Eric, how long do you think it took you to get the calluses?
You know, it's worse the first like few weeks because you get first you get like really sore, and then you get the calluses, and you get like really thick calluses, and now I just think like most of my fingertips are numb to it. Like I don't really have hard calluses anymore, but you know,
Yeah.
but I don't have any pain either. So
Yeah, they kind of peel off and then you just kind of
Yeah.
get a permanent thing. It's and I'll have to go months sometimes without playing if I'm traveling around a lot doing speaking, and then I go pick it up to teach and I have to build up my calluses again, but it's so
Yeah.
much easier then, but it's, yeah. Okay, so you guys are just awesome and I appreciate you so much. And I will see you all next week. And Annalisa, we're going to have you all tuned up for next week and knowing how to do it without any problem. Okay. All right. Take care.
Yes.
Thank you.
We
Bye. Have a
appreciate
good
it.
week,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you. Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week.
See you next